Hello again everyone, and welcome back to more Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings, the Enhanced Edition for PC. So we just fought this Nilfgaardian camp and we destroyed everyone basically. There's some goodies in this place. Nothing wholly interesting. Just some notes and some orans and whatnot basically. So I didn't really do much there. And we unlocked our door to save Triss, and there she is. Finally, after so long, we meet her again. This is what happens when you take Roach's path. If you take Yova's path, there's still kind of the same outcome, but a bit different story-wise.
Geralt?
You get to see more what happens.
Didn't expect to see me.
Are you kidding? The only person you expect to see in a Nilfgaardian dungeon is the executioner.
Did they torture you?
They tried various things, but they got nothing from me.
When I left Flotsam with Vernon, I somehow doubted I'd find you so soon.
I know it was hard on you. I'll never forget this, you hear? Never.
I'd slaughter half the Nilfgaardian army for a friend. I know you're a member of the Lodge, Triss.
How do you know of the Lodge?
Does it matter? I also know the Lodge was behind Demoven's assassination.
Geralt, I
trust you.
True. I'm a member of the Lodge. Just like 8 other sorceresses. But if you think I'm responsible for the Lodge's actions, you're badly mistaken. The Lodge is a theater for 2 actresses. Sheila and Philippa have long dominated it.
To the point where you didn't know about the murder they planned?
To the point where I was no longer invited to gatherings.
Why?
They stopped trusting me.
Because you didn't agree with them?
9 women very rarely agree on anything. The actual problem was that
Tell me.
I was close to you. If Sheila fears anyone, it's Geralt of Rivia. The Lodge did everything to convince me that our relationship didn't bother them, even that it suited them. But they manipulated me. Through me, they fed you select information. Depending on the circumstances, they twisted facts.
We're still close. They could still be doing it.
Don't
That sounds like an
insult
asshole
me.
thing to say, really.
Calm down, Triss. Reynold ep Matson claimed otherwise, but I'll always take your word over that of some Nilfgaardian lowlifes. Now, you'll tell me everything you know. I need to learn the truth.
All existing councils of mages disintegrated after the Thanad massacre. We all acted separately. Philippa decided to create a new organization, a secret one this time. When I was sworn in, it never crossed my mind that the Lodge's plans would soon become secret to its members. As you know, Philippa's not one for minor undertakings. She presented a plan for creating a powerful state controlled by sorceresses.
No wonder the kings are opposing the sorceresses. Nobody likes a schemer.
Philippa and Sheila never lacked ideas or enthusiasm. To control a powerful state, they needed to create one first. Or find a wealthy land with a suitable political arrangement and an easily manipulated ruler. Sheila chose the Pontar Valley, Demavend, and Stennis.
I'd choose the same if I were her. Demoven didn't have a network of spies anywhere near as good as Henselt's or Radovid's.
Nor could he count on the loyalty of such men as our dear Vernon Roach. At one of our meetings, I just asked how they imagined overthrowing Demavend. That was the last time I was invited. After Demavend's death, I became suspicious but had no evidence. Philippa brushed me off. When you went off to meet Yorveth and Sheila was busy with the Karen's carcass, I managed to scan parts of her megascope. That's when I learned that Sheila had dealings with Letho.
If only I'd learned that, everything could have been different.
Letho must have shadowed me when I entered Sheila's room. Then he forced me to teleport us to somewhere near Vergen.
Did you talk to him?
He wasn't aggressive. In Vergen, he told me that Sheila commissioned them to assassinate Demavend. Them being the Witchers of the School of the Viper. Sheila helped them prepare the assassination.
I wonder why he told you about it.
Is that important?
Conspirators who suddenly divulge everything? I'd be suspicious.
There was some interference as we teleported to Edirn. I emerged intact, but pretty battered. I knew Philippa was in the area. I decided to go see her and lay my cards on the table.
Maybe Letho wanted just that.
I met a woman at Philippa's house. Thought she was just a servant or Philippa's lover. Before I could speak, I was overpowered by spells. I hardly expected an attack. The pain I felt as my body was compressed. It's indescribable. As if all my bones were being broken. It's even worse when you return to your true form. In any case, Philippa had no idea her lover was a Nilfgaardian spy. I was carried as that figurine all the way to Loch Muin. Asira decompressed me back just before they murdered her. Shillard interrogated me but learned nothing. If it wasn't for you, they'd have had me quartered. I didn't piece the puzzle together until I was here, in the dungeon. Now you know everything.
Ever find out what Sheila was actually doing in Flotsam? I find it hard to believe she went there just to kill a monster and earn a few orans.
You're right, of course. It had something to do with Letho and the Scoia'tael.
What did she want from Yorvith?
The Scoia'tael were Saskia's trump card. I expect Sheila needed to know what the elves would do, given that a war with Hensel was practically inevitable.
Who had Foltest assassinated?
I have no idea. Perhaps after Demavend's successful assassination, Sheila and Philippa decided to take the next step.
That would be stupid. Killing Demavend was a way to take control of the Pontar Valley. People would forget the regicide in a year, and the Lodge could put its plan in motion. They had to know that if Foltest died, men like Roach wouldn't rest until they learned why that had happened.
One thing is certain. Letho killed Foltest, and Sheila was working with Letho.
Did Saskia know the Lodge's plans?
She didn't even know the Lodge existed. Philippa told her that the sorceresses would support an independent state in the Pontar Valley, no strings attached. A fairy tale, but Saskia bought it. Saskia backed Philippa, and the people backed Saskia.
That'll have to do for now.
We'll learn more at the talks.
You're going to attend?
You have no memory of how the world worked before the Thanad massacre.
Actually, I know exactly how it worked.
That means...
We'll talk about my memory later.
All right. If the Council and Conclave still existed, kings wouldn't be assassinated and massacres would be less frequent. This is our chance to restore these institutions, and we shouldn't miss it. Normalizing relations between the rulers and the mages who advise them is our only chance for peace.
And our only chance to dismantle the Lodge.
The Lodge will disintegrate anyway. Once the kings learn it was behind the assassinations, they'll start a witch hunt. We can prevent that from happening. I'm all for punishing the guilty, but can't abide collective responsibility. I'm ready to go and reveal everything I know about Philippa Eilhart, Sheila de Tanserville, and their schemes.
Let's go then.
Okay, so we basically talked to Triss, and we found out a bit more about the Lodge and the sorceresses that were behind it.
Those Nilfgaardians, that's you.
They followed their leader too blindly.
You killed them all?
They didn't slaughter themselves.
For some reason, Triss sounds surprised. I mean, that's what we do. And basically, we've saved Triss, and that's essentially it for this quest, I think. I do like Triss's voice acting. Yes, let's take some orange while we're here. Nothing else interesting. I don't really pick up much items now anymore. Mostly because it's all pretty pointless now.
We shouldn't arrive at the same time. Let's split up.
Triss,
Yes?
that was some mess. I wouldn't want to see you hurt like that again.
Don't worry, I'll manage. See you at the talks.
All right.
And there you have it. She just runs off without us. Damn. So here I think I show me just running around to the area where we need to go for basically the next part of the mission, really. Basically is the main plot from here on out. So this is
Nothing
basically
special.
near the center, well, where the center of Loch Muin is.
At your service.
And this was the ground, the center area where we were before. And our next mission is to attend the Summit of Mages. And with the king, or everyone's representative. Remember, we killed King Hansel, so there's only Radovic here, who's the king anymore.
Get out of there.
Well, I didn't personally kill him. I let Roach kill him, but you know, why not?
It's a brazen attack. King
So
Radovid
this is
will
the
learn of
inn,
this.
and
Radovid sent them, you idiot!
And the bat, the owl, and the rat.
yeah, that was the inn where you could store your stuff if you have plenty of stuff. So yep, that's basically where we need to go. I'm not sure if the bottom area of Loch Muin there, that's sort of blocked off. We can go there. I never really tried to go there, so I'm not really sure.
Likewise.
There aren't that many missions in chapter 3 anyway. There are some things that I didn't do, I skipped out. Mostly because, you know, you have to go out of your way to find them, I think. They're not kind of straightforward, which I don't particularly mind, but then, you know, I just miss them, so. So this is where we fought those mercenary guys. I just wanted to check if they were still here. And up here is where we
Constable John
start the mission to the left.
Interesting.
Now I run around for a
Thomas.
bit in this area just to see what's
Not
around here, but there's nothing really around here. Just
So,
people
even
selling
the
junk.
Nilfgaardians have graced us with their presence.
Your Excellency knows well that our hosts
And
are
there's
libertines
Triss waiting
in
for
that
us.
sense.
So let's save and then we can start
My
this
dear
mission.
Counselor, Northern business should truly...
We're about to witness a great event.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, I can't wait. Let's go inside.
It's now or never.
Yeah, Triss all beat up, gonna be trashing someone. Some sorceress, Sheila or Philippa. We never really see Philippa in this playthrough. I think you see her in Yorbert's
In recent
playthrough.
weeks, we have deliberated extensively in Vizima on who is to succeed to the Temerian throne. Because the fate of Foltest's last child remains unknown, we could not reach an agreement. Unable to reconcile the interests of the esteemed Temerian houses, we have no choice but to divide the country into provinces along the barony's current borders.
This cannot be, John Natalis. Temeria stands between Nilfgaard and the north. It must be a strong and united realm.
I, too, would wish it so, Your Majesty. But when Foltest was cut down by an assassin, the country's very heart burst.
I have learned that Anais Lavalette is currently in the hands of the sorcerer Deathmold.
Clearly you have yet to learn of the slaughter that occurred today in the Kedweni camp, King Radovid.
Yet there is hope if the child lives.
I shall do everything in my power to find her.
So
Simultaneously,
Roach did something.
I wish to announce that the commander of the Temerian Special Forces, one Vernon Roach, is officially a wanted man.
Okay, he
All
did
privileges
something wrong.
appertaining to him as an officer of the realm are hereby repealed.
So Vernon Roach did something.
To the matter at hand. The document describing the charter of the Council and the Conclave is, as previously ascertained, an exact copy of the charter found in the ruins on Thanet Island. The more important question relates to the Conclave and its power to designate royal advisors. Today, randomly chosen mages and sorceresses reside at many courts. However, in the time of the previous Conclave, such persons were carefully chosen.
Why shouldn't we pick our own advisors?
These individuals bear great responsibility, Your Majesty. The Conclave needs to be certain they are competent.
And that they will keep the Conclave's interests in mind.
Obviously, sire. The Conclave's chief interest is the well-being and prosperity of the northern kingdoms. The document has been signed by every member of the Conclave we have proposed, as well as by all but one of the designated advisors. We await only Sheila de Tanserville's signature.
Without our royal seals, you should be allowed to designate advisors to cowherds at most.
That is true, Your Majesty.
Sheila de Tanserville should never be allowed to sign this document.
Triss Merigold, you decided to join us after all.
De Tanserville has royal blood on her hands. She can't sit on the Conclave.
That is a lie.
Have you anything to support these claims, Merigold?
There are witnesses who will confirm that Sheila de Tanserville was behind the assassinations of Demavend and Foltest.
Officials of the future Council and Conclave. Sheila de Tanserville should be arrested and tried. If Triss Merigold speaks the truth, Lady de Tanserville will be condemned to death.
Sheila de Tanserville, until Triss Merigold's charges are dismissed or refuted, you cannot sit on the Conclave.
Arrest her.
You don't know the whole truth. Merigold doesn't know what she's talking about.
And the dragon has come. Oh, dragon nest. Oh. So apparently Sheila has control of the dragon because it's not harming her. I assume it's the same dragon as before. But that's the end of this episode. The next episode is the final rush to the end of the game. And we'll see what we can do about this dragon. See you next time.